You are going to be disconnecting the battery while you perform this work, so depending on your year, make, and model, on your 991.1, you may need to have a scan tool to reset certain things. Do not attempt to replace the alternator without first disconnecting the battery. Serious damage can happen to you and the vehicle if you do not disconnect the battery. Use a 10mm socket and first remove the negative side terminal, red arrow, and then the positive side, blue arrow. And if you need additional assistance with that task, please follow the link provided at the end of this video. You will need to also remove the rear wing, the tail lights, the rear bumper cover, the engine cooling fans, and the airbox. Then you will need to remove the drive belt from the alternator. If your drive belt is good, you do not need to remove it from the vehicle, just off of the alternator pulley, red arrow. Again, please follow the link provided at the end of this video for additional assistance with that task. Use an E10 socket and remove the 3 screws holding the belt cover in place, indicated by the red arrows. You can leave the center 2 in place as they just hold the cover together. Use an E12 Torx and loosen both screws about 3 turns, red arrows. Use an extension and tap the 2 screws in towards the front of the vehicle. This will loosen the thread sleeves. Now loosen and remove the right side screw, red arrow, from the alternator. Fully loosen the left screw, but it will remain in the alternator housing. Now lift the alternator up and out from the mounts. It may be in there pretty tight. I used a small pry bar to help wiggle it free. If you're going this route, be very careful where you place your pry bar. If it needs any real force, you don't have everything loose. Once the alternator is free, you can remove the left screw from the bracket, red arrow. Tilt the alternator forward and slide the gray plastic tab on the electrical connector back and then separate the connection, red arrow. Pry the plastic cap off of the connection on the rear of the alternator, blue arrow. Then use a 13mm socket and remove the nut and separate the wiring connection, red arrow. Check that there is not any wiring harness plugs or attachments to the alternator and remove it from the vehicle. Now is a really good time to clean the top left side of the engine. Installation is the reverse of removal. Torque the 13mm bolt to 18 Nm or 13 foot-pounds and the 2 E12s to 15 Nm or 11 foot-pounds. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.